Hey y'all. I don't know why the applause. I was like, oh, me, oh me. Gets me every time, every single week. Anywho, hey, hi everybody. Hello, happy March, happy Thursday, happy B Mix Day. I know what Thursdays at 8 o'clock on BigExposedRadio.com are for. You know, everybody, the unseen, the unheard, the forgotten, the overlooked, whether it be the forgotten part of you or for the person that doesn't belong anywhere, to me. So, everyone, come on, welcome, and welcome back to any and all of my viewers and followers and friends. Let's get back to that word. let's put a pin in that. Um, but hey, I truly miss y'all. Okay. I'm back to you this week, another year older. So happy belated birthday to moi. Thank you. I mean, I ain't about to say like same old me because I feel a little different. I ain't lying. I don't know what's up. Now that's beside the 30-year-old knee pain, baby. It's something. So when y'all see my arms moving like this, I'm more than likely rubbing my knees. Usually, see, so I'm 31. Okay, so don't ask me again. Okay, 31 and happy about it, proud of it. Y'all will hear me say like, oh, I'm old and all that, but I told y'all that I was getting better and not calling us old because we're not. I don't care if you are a 40, 50, 60-year-old viewer. Well, 60 is you kind of. The point is, we're not 30, so we're not old. Okay. So I'm in rehab about like not using and referring to myself as old as much as I have always done because I've always had an older spirit, an old soul, all those different little cliche phrases. Always had that. I still do. So it keeps getting older. So, I've been able to claim myself as old for a while now. Doesn't matter. But either who, just what, again, so I'm 31, right? So just while I was 30, I was doing this and I might just been rubbing my thighs, like because I'm sleepy, hungry, something, I don't know. Or probably because I got the itis. It doesn't matter. And then of course in my 20s, I don't know what this meant. But baby, when y'all see this now, it means that I'm rubbing that knee, okay? Because there's something about this right knee. Oh God. Oh my. I got to extend it from time to time. And just sitting and I've been getting back to running. Come on. In the past couple of days, but it doesn't matter. Okay. I've been getting back to it, and that's all you need to know. Okay. I did not get to it today, but again, all you need to know is I've been getting back to it, been taking advantage of these nice days. So today I took advantage of a nice nap on a nice day. Moving on. Let's catch y'all up, not that you asked, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. Definitely fit to tell you. I don't know. Let's say, okay, let's go back. So, before I get into me, let's take care of business first, shall we? What y'all want to do? Y'all want to hear about me? You want to take care of business first? How y'all feeling? All right, ain't no talk back church tonight. It's fine, y'all. It's okay. I'm gonna go on with the program. Y'all know what I'm doing. Like I already said, but I'm gonna say it again because we can. We can say as much as we want, especially all up and through out of the month of March. Happy Women's History Month. Ladies, keep on doing it. Okay, let's keep on flying these flags forward. Amen. Let's keep on pushing the progress. Okay, denying the degress. Amen. We're not going backwards. We're not standing still either. What I say for 2021? What I say now that my new year has officially commenced, okay? As of March 8th, that was my birthday. That is International Women's Day. So talk about being born with a purpose, okay? Okay, are you with me? Yeah. So, ladies, especially Y'all know my favorite ones. I mean, I'm not God, so I get to have a favorite. I think that's okay. Doesn't mean that I don't love any. I love anyone any less. It's just I got some favorites, and y'all know the colors. Oh, the colored women. Oh my favorite. We are my favorite. That's good. I'm gonna keep that quote. That's good. We are my favorite. Mm. Okay. So let's get business out of the way first, shall we? And then I'll get into catching y'all up on some birthday stuffs. Okay. Because I got some thoughts around some things, and I'm pretty sure this thing gonna scroll on over to next week. So don't worry about it. You'll get all of it. What I was about to say, what's the day is? Ooh, no, I won't speak like that. Okay, so y'all know again. To the calendar, a history of racial injustice, a calendar by Equal Justice Initiative. My favorite, I told you I'm gonna keep this coming to you all year long because it's a yearly calendar. So it didn't stop in February, okay? It didn't stop there. It keeps on going. Amen. Let's go. So for today, our history piece, Black history piece on racial injustice, to hopefully to continue to fuel our momentum again in pushing the progress forward. Redundancy intended. Okay. Today, March 11th, Thursday, March 11th, in 1965, Reverend James Reeb, a white supporter of Black voting rights, dies 2 days after he is beaten by angry white people in Selma, Alabama. Isn't that crazy? Just beaten to death, basically. I think they try not to, I'm sure in the court of law, they try not to say that it's, beaten to death, like rule it that way, because it wasn't an instant, like, oh, they beat him and he died right there. But I mean, just 2 days after a beating of angry white people. Like, isn't that all those three words we just keep hearing? We just keep hearing angry white people. Lord, they just so angry. Lord, mercy. No wonder why I'm always pushing peace and happiness and joy and prosperity and serenity, rather, over us coloreds, because we need it, right? So we don't end up like our oppressors. Isn't that the purpose? Isn't that the point? We don't want to end up like our oppressors. That's for anyone. So anyone that, if you are in a toxic relationship, you don't want to end up like your abuser, your, the narcissist that you have encountered. You don't want to end up like those that you may have encountered, I don't know, in your family. Like, you just don't want to end up like the person that brought you so much harm and pain and, misery. Like, again, if you were in a one-sided friendship, just a friendship just not so good, you don't want to become that friend to your other friends. Amen. Like, it doesn't mean that, oh no, I'll never have friends again. We're human, so you're gonna interact with someone, and more than likely you're gonna befriend somebody. Okay, so I'm sure just about by now somebody didn't have a friend that is no longer their friend. Okay, while it is more recent scenarios for me, it's not the first time, right? Like, I've experienced it before, and so that's what made me think. Like, that's what got me in these, what I say, like last year sometime. So recent, but whatever times, because honey, like, you think that it's like, okay, all that's done and gone, you Lord and gone and got everybody up out of there. And it's like, ooh, you cleaning up again, you sweeping some more. All right, then we'll do your thing, Jesus. Either way, like it keeps it in my mind that I don't want to become those people to my actual friends. Like, I just don't want to be. Shall I digress? Okay. Because we're going to get back around to this question that I have posed for you all, which is, are you currently a good representation of your future? Mm-hmm. Are you, though? Like, are you? Is the question. And we'll get into perception versus reality in a second. But let me go and tell y'all about my birthday. Again, you didn't ask, but I'm going to tell you. So, of course, this glorious day, March 8th, 2021 now, my God. We are here. Like it is 2021. Do y'all know every time I say last year, I'm still referring to 2019? Are y'all with me on that? Is that okay? All right. I don't. Y'all know I don't care if it is okay or not. I'm just telling you. But I like to let y'all feel like it. Anyway. So let's go back. So March 5th. March 5th, Coming to America premiered. Okay. Coming to, y'all see how they played on it? That was cute. Coming to America. So a sequel. If I've never shared with you before, baby, let me tell you, allow me to inform you that I am never, ever a fan of sequels, remakes, any of that nature. Like never, right? Go all the way back behind that is I'm like the world's biggest skeptic. Like I'm always, I don't know, like initially, but I overcome that. This just the God within me that helps me to overcome the fact that initially at the bottom of anything, I'm like, I don't know, right? And so there are some sequels that I have enjoyed over the time. There are some remakes I've enjoyed, all because I keep the mindset of this. Given what I just say, I'm never really a fan, like going into it, right? So my initial thought, my initial sentiment is, I ain't really for this. I don't know why we do this. Why they gotta touch it? Leave alone, right? Also, again, what helps me is the God within me that helps me to overcome the fact that I that like these like sequels and remakes, it's the fact that I'm never looking to compare them to the original. Nothing will ever beat the original, right? What it'll do, what you're really looking to be able to do is to say that this was a good pair, this was a good follow-up. Ooh, we're gonna talk about follow-up, y'all, because that is what we need within our community. I'm gonna get into that at some point. That's probably next week. That's gonna probably make me fuss a little bit. And I don't want fuss today. I don't. Let me follow up. Okay, got it. Let me put that all the way down there. Okay. So, it should be like a good match. So I'm not a little known Black history fact about me. I am not I'm not a matchy person whatsoever. Y'all probably have seen that. Y'all never see like what's at my bottom. Sometimes it doesn't. Anyway, so not a matchy person. I've never really been. Like if it was my preference, if I had anything to do. So since I've been, shopping, but I was going to say shopping. What am I saying? Dressing. Since I've been dressing myself, never a matchy person. Love to play with, love colors. Truthfully, it always goes with the fact that I can never make up my mind. Like just, I thought about this. And when I was like really bad, like running late and stuff, chat. Like I'd be like, let's just this. So always my answer was this go. This goes. This goes. Let's do this. Okay. Still to date is how I get dressed. And so the same like idea toward like remakes and sequels. Okay, this goes. This is cute. This was a good compliment to the original is the mindset that you have to think. And the reason why I'm going in on this is because y'all getting on my nerves. Okay. You getting on my nerves. Yeah, baby. Y'all get on my nerves because y'all and y'all's cousins keep saying it ain't better than the first one. Okay. It's not, it wasn't meant to be. Like, shut up. I said I wasn't finna fuss today, so I'm not gonna say don't shut up. I'm not gonna do that because that's not nice. That's no. But I'm gonna say it one more time and I'm gonna let it go. Shut up. Shh. Shut up. Okay? Stop that. Like, don't touch that. That's hot. Like, do not say that anymore. It's ignorant to be quite frank. Like, it's very ignorant to say that the sequel that is now, oh my God, how long are we talking? 30 years, over 30 years, 20, 30 years, some decades. Let's go with that. So that way I don't misquote. Okay. I know that one dropped back in, was it the 90s or 80s? I really feel like it was mid 80s. I don't know why I want to say 86, something like that. I don't know. Really, because I'm going off of the crowd. So I know it's folks that are like a bit older than myself. So my older brother, prime example, he's 6 years older than I am, right? So of course he was born in the 80s. I was born in 1990. Best year ever to be born. Okay. So we have so much work put on us because we know the before and after, and just we've been through transitions of the And so, child, like, uh, it's been so long. So it wouldn't, even if it came out, I feel like y'all not giving it a fighting chance, even if the sequel came out the next year. Why would they anyway, right? As far as I know, Eddie Murphy was holding on to it, saying like, it ain't the right time, right? I respect it. Okay. I think that we get hung up on so many things, like just things. It's really, really dumb. Like, why are we hung up on the idea of it ain't like the first one? It's not supposed to be. So now that we have that aside, what are your thoughts about Coming to America? Like, shut up. I know I said the last time I said it was gonna be the last time I said it, but for real, I had to just put it there one more again because that is really getting on my nerves. Like, I don't let y'all work my nerves that much. Trust me, I cannot. I literally cannot allow y'all to work my nerves as much as y'all could possibly. And I know I'm doing a lot of y'all talk. Usually, it's a we talk here, okay? But it's y'all. It is. I'm trying to help y'all see how I see things because in the most humble way possible. If the world was more like Benia, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, seriously though, like just if you think about it, like we're not in a place where I am learning. We're not in a place in the world where people um, accept, real reality, realness, whatever you want to call it. Just I don't know, solid, whatever, however you want to see it. Like people are not as receptive to that as we ought to be by now. Yet. There's some time, I guess, that it'll take for us to get there. But if we were, we'd be in a place like I always say, like if I say something like, hey, I like blue, it doesn't mean I hate red. Right. So we're still stuck in that place. Like if I compliment something, if it doesn't apply to you, you automatically feel offended. And so what I've been doing a lot of this is rolling me into some of this stuff that I said I was gonna wait until after I told you about my birthday. I'm gonna get there at some point. But I've been saying a lot lately, like you've chosen to be offended. You're choosing to be offended. And you should not. Like you ought not be as offended as you choose to be. Like that's crazy to me. I choose not to be offended by something. There's some things I'm sure people have said and done that really meant for it to offend me. And if you choose not for, I'm example. Okay, because y'all probably only know my that sweet side, which is great. That's what I want to keep it. Because that's the side that prevails overall anyway, because that's exactly like really who I am. But then, there's always another side to us. And so for the people that may or may not have experienced that other side, have I been called a bitch quite a few times in my life? Oh yes. Oh yes, I have. And most of the times, probably a good 98.777760% of those times have I said thank you. Why thank you? Really, thank you so much. Like it'll change the whole attitude. Like you gotta just I don't understand. We've got to come out of the box that we all think and restrict ourselves within because I'm not saying I don't think I did anything that was like, astronomical or anything, but apparently, because some people would not think to, respond that way in such an incident. And why not? Like, I choose not to be offended by that. I ain't saying to go on out and go and call me that now, because I'm just saying, just don't don't try me. Okay. But either way, we just have to change our mindset again back to like the sequel that it's not about, it being better than what already was. If it's supposed to be a whole nother entity, that could translate over well into how we think about our culture, our community, us as a people, how we want to move forward. Technically, overall, it will end up being better than, just you're a believer, you know that your latter days are better than your beginning, right? Or latter better than your former, however you want to put it, right? And so it'll end up being that way, and it may not look that way within the process, right? It may not look like this is getting better. This is going to be better than what I know, what I've experienced. Because sometimes better gets scary. Better gets scary. Again, why I ask, or why I've brought up, perception versus reality, And I posed the question of, are you a good representation of your future? Like, what the hell do you look like right now? What the hell is it that you want to see in the future for yourself? Just think about for yourself. Do you are is there anything that you are currently that gives us a taste of what it is that you look forward to being in the future? So a lot of people, of course, think about, being a lot of people think of being rich. Some think of being wealthy. Some are, considering like generational wealth and things like that, trying to build that up now. Um, what actions, what behaviors, what habits do you currently possess? Are you currently exercising those habits that should lead to, generational wealth or being rich or just being wealthy or whatever the case may be? Like what you wanna, I don't know, let's think in short-term goals, right? Prime example. Do you want to look, you want to have the best body that you've ever had this summer? What you're eating on, okay? What you're exercising on, okay? Um, all my singles, are you looking to, I don't know, be in a relationship, be engaged, be married by the end of this year? I don't know. I don't know. I think it's possible. I don't put it past anybody. Um, what are you doing right now? Like, what you doing? You still busting it open wide? Like just any on anybody? You succumbing to all the times when you feel a little lonely, feel like you want a little company? Baby, I get it. Okay, we can talk about it here. Okay, I totally get it. But it is mind over matter. Just saying. And the times that we fall, we get on back up and be like, I shouldn't have called him. Dang it. I knew I shouldn't hit that girl phone. I knew it. Like you gotta, you gotta think about it. The times that in our times of need, our times of temptation, it's harder, I guess, or not harder, but it's actually a choice that we make to be like, I ain't about to think all deep about that right now. I ain't about to think about something that Benia would be like, oh my God, did you think about it? Like, I get it, almost agreed. You like, ooh, oh, we go on and hit my phone or something like it. But it's that regret part. Like, I just refuse. Like, when I say, y'all, over this past weekend, my birthday weekend, I ended up posting something on my personal page saying that I really don't know how likely it is for y'all to get a brother-in-law and more nieces and nephews from me. I I just don't see it right now. I have said, I don't know, maybe 3 times, definitely twice over this past weekend, excuse me. I'm no longer interested. So many times, like, and meant it thoroughly. Like, no, no, thank you. I even like there, yes, that's a statement that you can just make and kind of leave, but I'm okay with explaining because I want everything to be clear so you don't come back and ask for any more clarity. You ask any other questions and you go ponder on what I've said, especially I love that through text. You can read it, like I know again, so that's why it reminded me of like, ooh, we really still not in a place as humanity, as the human race to accept like reality, like realness, to be like, oh man, she really told, yeah, no, like no, like no, yes, I am single, yes, no, I'm not talking to anybody, no, I'm not, doing anybody on the side, still holding on to that thing, like, no, no, thank you, no, thank you, so. Okay, so I'll answer the question about myself, right? So again, are you currently a good representation of your future? My answer, which seems to be like my answer for almost everything. If you ever ask me a question, if it's a yes or no answer, my answer is always yes and no. I'm always that person, that all-inclusive person, because I'll start with the no. So no, because I am currently seeking God for more focus, more self-motivation, just being very real and open and honest with myself. Like I love the people that seem like go-getters, like doing it. While I do a lot, for myself is where I need to, right? So I'm getting better. I can definitely give myself credit there. And so on to the yes side of my answer, speaks to that I'm a good representation of my future, speaks to now finally to give you all a taste of what happened for my birthday. So jump back, January 2021 hits. I just booked a solo dolo, I was a mission, a solo trip to New Orleans. Just booked it. So I'd always known that's what I was doing for my birthday, right? And I booked it for that Saturday, the 6th, to come fly back on Monday, the 8th. Best day of the year. You're welcome. And so, like I said, I knew that's what I was doing, right? And so fast forward a little bit, and a sister from church, Sierra Tech, like sent me like the premiere, like the trailer. That's the word I'm looking for. The trailer for Coming to America. So she sends me that. I'm like, oh shoot! Now immediately I look at the date, like March 5th. Okay, that Friday. I might have a movie night something for that. That'll be cute. And I pushed through with both things. So trust me that even as close as it got to like literally the night before my flight, I was about to talk myself out of going on this trip. So I'm like, what? Like, you really about to do this? Solo, okay? All by myself. Enjoyed myself, okay? Let me get there. Go back. So with the movie night, just because we all know, even if it's a birthday party, whatever, the parties, they become for other people. And like I've mentioned before, and I think I just said not too long ago, like things will just be things for other people. Like Benia does a lot for other people. Whew, y'all just only knew. I am so much for so many people. And it gets to be tiresome. But I don't know. I handle it. I do it. It must be purpose work because God just extends my hours of my day and extends my energy and extends my heart, on a regular basis. So for me to just be present for other people, which is why I struggle with allowing someone. So in the past, I've always acknowledged that someone is not, their presence, like while they may physically be present, but like I'm talking emotionally, spiritually, mentally present for me, right? I've acknowledged that, but I didn't always follow up, big words, for our community, follow up. I never followed up with the correct actions and behaviors based off what I knew, what I saw, what I was experiencing from, said people, right? And so I would just deal. And, that's why I broke my own hearts and all these heartbreaks that I had, not all, but all of them, all two of them that I had, and then, friendship betrayals. Like, that's why I came up with the whole concept that, even when we're talking about betrayal as far as friendships, family, co-workers, colleagues, church members, extracurricular, like just anybody, associates, who did I leave out? Friends and companions, like the dog, the baby, it turns out to be that, but like self-betrayal. I'll speak for myself. I have betrayed myself over and over, expecting more from others, right, than they were either worth, capable of, or willing to do and to be. Point blank simple. Okay? That's it, right? So the frustration fuels from the self-betrayal because it's your inner self. Why? Ding, ding, ding. I always talk about working on self and being so in tune with self because of the fact y'all just gonna see this pink sports bra. Okay. I keep catching it. I was on my daggone staff meeting earlier. I had on a different shirt and was like, wow, they can just see it. I slid that shirt off and then it's gonna happen. It's gonna keep sliding on there and closer to my neck. Okay. I digress. Of course, that's when it finally does what I wanted to do to go away. It wanted just a little shine. Anywho, so don't lose my thought. Don't lose my train of thought. Where was I going? I gotta focus, y'all. I told y'all that I got this my focus. Lord have the mercy. But yeah, like you have to, work on self so that way you're in tune with self. So that way, you actually decide, your brain, your heart, decides to really listen to your spirit, listen to your soul. Have them soul talks with yourself. Self soul talks. Be tip of the week. Get into it. Okay? Reach deep into yourself, into your soul, and knock on the door. Hey, listen, real quick, can I talk to you? Like, hey, what's going on? You're probably busy, you're probably resting. I know you're probably here meditating, soul and all. You're talking to God, you're getting some good wisdom. I know you got some. Can I talk to you? Can you spill some of that out to me? I want to align myself. We're talking about aligning ourselves with all these other external, outward things and beings. Align yourself within yourself, baby. Okay? Yeah, do that. Okay. Now, sometimes it takes outer, external sources and resources to do so. It's like therapy, ding, ding, ding. Seek some professional mental help. Okay. If you need some guidance in meditation, I told y'all, look into Headspace on Netflix. I'm pointing because that's where the TV is over there. Get into that, like help guide yourself, get into some yoga, something. Get your little DVD. I don't care if it's some old middle age, like white man or something. I got an old DVD that I said I'm gonna get into and do some yoga. Like, doesn't matter. So everything I'm saying it, yes, it's me saying everything ain't got to be black, 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 be black. The only thing that you use ain't got to be. Use some things until you come across and realize, like, oh, these are some things that I like to do. This is something that's been out here and marketed, and we know that it's out here. Okay, now let me try to see if I would prefer, a black yoga instructor, like DVD, whatever. Then you get to researching, but more than likely, unfortunately, to say that you'll probably get your hands on, because I know the guy. I think, yeah, the guy that leads through the Headspace guide through meditation. I know he ain't got no melanin in the skin, so I don't know if he's just white or something. But I remember he went studied over somewhere else and something and did something else. But he white. He ain't black. I'll tell you that, right? So don't talk yourself out of it. Like no, it got to be black. That's fine. Just get into it. Just tap that big toe in there a little bit. I was gonna lift my leg up, but I told you about my knee. And tap my big toe into it, let y'all see. But that just rhymed, by the way. Did y'all catch that? Spitting bars on y'all. Moving on. Like, you want to get yourself so in tune, right, with your inner self, so that way, when your spirit, tells you like, this ain't right about this person. This ain't right about this situation. What we finna do, right? What'll happen is our externals, our carnal man, will, think for ourselves, think with our brain, and be like, okay, let's move. Let's quit this job because we're unhappy. No, whoa, grasshopper. Whoa, baby. Okay, guess what those bills will keep doing? Coming. That's what they finna do. They're gonna keep on coming here. So don't do that. Okay. You want to make sure you get yourself so in tune with self that without a shadow of a doubt that you are making a good. If it is a leap of faith that you finna take, make sure that is a well thought out and an actual good leap of faith. I highly doubt if God has ever planned for our leaps of faith to just be like blind, just go. Like, he does nothing without giving us a full warning. He gives us he really builds us up to everything. I mean, he's so patient, it's low-key ridiculous. Like, I literally thank God for his patience every single day with me alone. Y'all imagine with something billion of me? I could. I ain't gonna lie. But seriously, like, just if you had to like baby step and walk me through everything, yikes. And then so imagine the people that don't want to, do the type of work that I'm doing, like on self, and are not as self-reflective. They're not always finna bring that up. Come on. Always finna bring up sides. Always gonna go back to self-reflection. It's the only way to bring forth self-awareness. I need you to work on yourself. I need you to think about yourself more often. As much as you think about your man, as much as you think about your woman, as much as you think about your mama that might not have done something that you wanted, okay? As much as you think about your daddy, whether he was good, deadbeat, in and out of jail, I don't know, whatever the situation is. As much as you think about them because it happened, you think about them. Please stop. I have to unbother myself. Okay. I done said it before. Maybe not on here, but I definitely said it before and meant all of it. Okay. We the most bothered, unbothered folk in this day and age I have ever seen in my entire life, that I could only imagine if there was ever any worse. It's like, how are we so unbothered? You're so unbothered by something that wasn't in your life all your life. I'm not saying you don't have the right to feel the way you feel. That's why I want you to get into some therapy. Let them help talk you through some things. Okay? It is a process. Okay? Let them get you there. Your friends are not going to always cut it. I always told y'all that. If you need to start talking to somebody, sure. Reach out to someone that you can actually trust, that you feel as though, but we all have made and probably will in some time to come. That's the whole point of living, right? And learning is making some wrong judgment calls. That's again where we thought that the friend betrayals came from. It's like, oh, I trusted you and told you my stuff. That's me. I've said that. Why I know, like from friendships, like where, because I want to be myself, like fully myself. So now if I feel like I can't be myself, I have to be myself on reserve with you. I don't like that. It's too much extra work, extra thinking that I have to do when I'm already full of thoughts at all times. I told y'all that before. I'm full of thought, right? And so I don't want to have to think like, ooh, let me not tell her. Ooh, ugh, ugh, hate it. Like to me, those are always my signs of like, ooh, this is a decline in friendship. Here it comes. Because I feel like I got to switch up and change. Moving around, y'all. I'm trying to stretch this knee. This knee, baby, it ain't even bothering me. Okay, but I'm trying to prevent it from bothering me. I might have to get some of that cream to put on my little knee, baby, my little knee. Um, but yeah, so again, all goes back to getting in tune with self. How do you do that? How, Benia? Like you keep saying it. There is no secret. It is really a case by case for you kind of thing, right? What happens is when you seek God, right? When you seek out, total peace, right? It can't be, I kind of want some peace to be able to say that I meditate because everybody else on it. I want to be able to say that I'm getting my chakras in line and post it on, IG. Like, no, it got to be total peace that you want. That's what I want. Total peace is when people really, what I always say in the intros, for the misunderstood, the left out, the forgotten, I don't know, what the overlooked, however you want to put it, right? When you're just okay with, I am totally okay with that. And when I tell y'all, that's a big deal because I've struggled with that my entire life, baby. Entire life have I struggled with that. That fed my dealing in like a heavy place that I had always found myself in of feeling alone. Always felt alone, dealt with loneliness for a long time, right? And sometimes it tries to like creep up. I think I shared with y'all, if I didn't like get deep into it, I think I did though, when I was telling you about like the last year, the group of friends or whatever, betrayal, yada, yada. It's funny, let me get back to that. Like that, like the enemy tried to use that, bring that back, like, here you go feeling alone again. They was your girls, like two of them was your best friends. Like, that's crazy. They turned on you, like, it was phony towards you, and they calling you phony, like, right? Because that was such a heavy and long suffering that I experienced for so long, right? On top of, family, right? Just felt so alone and felt so misunderstood and hated feeling misunderstood that fueled my okayness with explaining myself, because it was like, look, I'm not really explaining it necessarily for you to understand. In a sense, yes, that's what I would hope. But still, like now I think I still do the same thing with a different intent. So before it was, I don't want to be misunderstood. So I want to explain myself. I want to give it all to you. But then you learn again, it was a hard pill to swallow for me, was people really will perceive and think of you what they choose to think of you. Hence why you go back to, are you currently a good representation of your future? Because what you are, how you are, is what people see of you, but also people will also decide to see whatever it is that they want to see and take away from you, whatever it is that they want to take away, and have whatever thoughts about you. So that is where people will mean that, what people think of you is none of your business. Where I'm on the fence about it, because it's none of your business. But if you're a true good representation of your future self, or just of yourself, of what you are working toward, what you want to be, what you desire to be, for the greater good, for yourself, for your family, everything in between, and for the community as a whole, then it'll come around. They doubted Jesus. I'm just saying, like, how, as cliche as that may be, like, they doubted Jesus, whole Son of God, like, just, yeah, Son of the Creator of the heavens and the earth, like, just, it was like, nigga, you ain't no savior, boy, you don't get your little scoop, boy, like. They definitely doubted Jesus. So just saying, like, it definitely helps to think like, okay, you're not going to get it. And that's okay. But I'll give you enough. So that's why I said now my perception is different, or my intent rather is different now that, again, like I was saying before, like I'll explain enough, like give enough, because I don't think that See, mine was where I felt like I was regaining my control over situations. I'd be like, "Why am I explaining? Like I'm cut off. That's it." People wouldn't know. Like, "Damn, we won't talk no more." Oh no, I forgot to say that. That's my bad. No, it's just done. So now it's like, we give you all, boom, 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 boom. You ask a question, okay, I can feel like if I feel like explaining it right then and there, boom, 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 okay. No longer interested. Like, that's it, right? And it's because my intent now is not necessarily, to be fully understood, like, because when that was my intent, the disappointment factor would be like out of this world. Like, oh my God, I don't understand. I can't believe it. I explained myself. It still was on me. So that's why I said anything that goes wrong, it's really on you. Everything is about choice, right? You choose to do the work on yourself, inward, inside of yourself, in order for it to come to, come full circle, in order for it to blossom, however you need to put it, right? I use that. I'm looking at my roses for my birthday. It's so pretty. But yeah, like it just, if you haven't done that work on yourself, it's gonna deter you from being able to receive things in a lighter way. Everything seems heavier when you're not working on yourself. You don't realize that until you've done that work. And you're like, oh man, a lot of people around me that, they're probably still the same. And I just don't respond the same way. It doesn't hit the same way. I'm not triggered or attacked. I don't feel attacked. Just saying. And again, I'll push for therapy because in therapy, they are trained professionals to guide you through, I guess treatment, I guess, right? Because that is really what it is. It does not always mean medication. Let's, Lord, let's break that stigma now. I implore as many of you that are even thinking about going into therapy, counseling, psychiatry, psychology, any of that nature, to please do so. We all know representation is a major thing. And that really bring this up because, okay, again, go back. Let's go back to the beginning of March. So again, I was asked to speak to a group of medical students. So awesome. It's a speaking gig. Like, why me? To talk about my stuff, my story. It's crazy. Always honored, always humbled by that. So that actually happened. It was going to be two, but one would have been on my actual birthday. And so by me traveling, like that couldn't happen. And so it was originally thought it was going to be virtual. It wasn't, yada, yada. So last week on the 3rd, I did that. And then, like I said, fast forward to the 5th. Last Friday, was my birthday party, right? It was so cute. I rented heated tent. So shout out to J&S Rentals. I'm going to get around to posting and tagging all the Black owned businesses that help to bring everything together for me. And then I rented the inflatable screen and inflatable chairs. His name, I know his name. Hold on. Let me see real quick. He got a name. We're gonna go to it. Oh, Trinity Party Rentals. There it is. So shout out to Trinity Party Rentals. For the and that. So with that, then there was a nacho machine and popcorn machine. And you're going back upstairs to your room, correct? I hear your beads coming all the way downstairs. You're supposed to be upstairs in your room with the door shut. What are you getting from down here? This needs so much. Okay, go ahead. Thank you. Doing my meeting? Okay. Or it's my show, but I got you. Yes, ma'am. Okay, I will. Thank you. Side note, I don't know how it is that people remember at some point, like people were like hiding that they had children. How? How do you hide that? Like it's so weird. Like hide, lie about it, or how do you do that? Like because I just thought to myself, like I couldn't hide from y'all that I had a daughter and I was doing this in the comfort of my own home if I wanted to, because like there's no way. It's so weird. Anywho, but yeah, so again, J&S Rentals for the heated tents, Trinity Party Rentals for the inflatable chairs and screen and nacho machine and popcorn machine. I just added to it. I got corn dogs, had those, all the little like things, the holders, popcorns. It was just so cute. I got these trays that I'm looking at that I was like so pressed over having. For everybody to have them. And cupcakes like with the toppers, like so cute. And what else? Oh, how let's not forget. Lest I not forget. Um, absolute shout out to Good Light Entertainment. I think is actually the exact name of it. Let me go to it for the. Oh wow, he changed it. Okay. I forgot the actual name for it. I know his real name, but I'm trying to think of his business name. But y'all, when I say the cutest, okay, apparently it's happening down in Atlanta. I thought he was the first person ever to make it because you can always get something over my eyes, child. As far as like what's new. Um, he uh he has the instead of so I thought it was the 360 photography, like the cute little thing, and I'll like get that and look into that at some point. But child, he has this touchscreen mirror. Okay, that's what's so good for me because I'm awkward in front of a camera. If you cannot tell, honey, this is good for me. Motion and moving and live. But like y'all should see me like I've tried to pre-record stuff. Ooh, jeez. Ooh, that so speaking like fluently, like pre-recorded is hard for me, but live speaking fluently, it is what it is. I'm going to just work through the mistakes, and that's just what it's going to be. But to have to, pre-record something and send it, and pictures. Shout out to anyone that has ever photographed me. I was like, what? Why do I put that in past tense? So photograph me, photograph me, okay? Which is mostly my sister Andrea because it had to be somebody that knows to tell me no, 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 right? I'm just so awkward, so awkward. I don't understand. Y'all should see how many times I've had to take an ID picture. Like oh god, one school from Morgan. I legit remember every time it was something sneezed. I don't know, just clear like I don't just stupid stuff. And I distinctly remember the guy being like, okay, so one more time. You the last person I got to do before I get to go to lunch. I really want to go to lunch. Like, and I felt bad, and that got me together, and it was just it. But yeah. So anywho, so it was perfect. Like it's a touchscreen mirror, like full body mirror, touchscreen to where this is frame, right? So that he made specifically for my event. And then like you touched it beforehand, like it was just so cute. It was the Coming to America poster, like just so stinking cute. And then you put your number in to have it sent to you directly, like right there. Oh my God. It counts you down, okay? It gives you cute little like corny little things like looking great, like just thanks, girl. Oh, me, stop. So it was just so cute. It was like definitely the hit that I made sure I like didn't tell people, but I kept pushing like, everybody just come early enough, like an hour before the show's gonna start just to take pictures, yada yada. So of course I was running a little late because this is always things to do, but things really worked out and it was like a great event. It was cold, it was windy. Yeah, but we figured it out and we made it happen. So overall, that was a great party. So appreciative to everybody that came. Oh, that was about to sound so rude. I'm about to say more appreciative, but not more. But because I'm gonna say more appreciative to the gifts that I got, but extra appreciation, I'll say. I guess technically that's more appreciative. See how I had to check myself? So me thinking like, oh, if I say more appreciative, that means that I don't appreciate the people that came as much as I, and that's not the case. I'm very appreciative of those people, but there's extra, which means more extra, appreciation for my gifts. Like I really appreciate it truthfully because, and this gets me into my stuff in and around my birthday of like, for whatever reason, remember earlier I was saying, and I've said before, like I do a lot for people. I am a lot for people, but for whatever reason, I'm never on the receptive side. Never ever on the receptive side for, like gifts and things, right? So if y'all want to gift me in the show, okay, y'all know what to do. To call 443-642-9403. And we can talk about some stuff, right? Especially when I get into stuff on knowledge, but just period. So again, call into the show 443-642-9403, especially because I'm curious to know of what y'all want. What y'all want. What do y'all think? What are your responses to the question I pose is, are you currently a good representation of your future self, future desires, whatever the case may be? Are you currently a good representation of your future? Call me 443-642-9403. Okay. Until then. So for whatever reason, like I don't know. I'm never like the person that receives gifts, and yet like this past Christmas, like I received stuff, and I'm always so grateful. Like just things, like it's small thing. I never really make a list or whatever because I said I'm spoiled because I spoil myself. Like I am so content like with this solo thing that I'm on. And have been for a while. Like I've been independent and single, right? Just independent longer and then single, right? But just and then happily single, like happily just so good with being by myself. Like it's so crazy. Um, and so dang it, I lost my whole train of thought. It went away. It just went flying away because I guess that's a period in that statement. It's just been happy just by myself. But oh, like with the gifts and all, right? So like when I receive stuff, like I'm the person, my love language truly like is all of them combined, right? It's just feel me out and kind of just know. Um, but like my love language really is like thought, like effort to know, like that's the first thing I think of. So if you're handing me something tangible, my first thought is, oh my God, you really thought of me enough to do this. And like, I didn't know about it. Like, that's crazy. Like, that blows my mind. So something simple as like, a text message or something. So wow, I wasn't even thinking about you. You were thinking about me over there, wherever you are at work or whatever. You sent me something. Wow. So you came to my name and typed something and sent it to me. I know you lying. Like, just, it's crazy. Or like you called me. Wow. You called me. It's so crazy. Um, and so it's like and so I had to be careful though. I had to learn that borderline because then as you learn and mature even more and figure out your worth. So for myself, like figuring out my worth, knowing that, yeah, I deserve it for somebody to be calling me and give me flowers. Like I deserve all of that to spoil me rotten if you can, like, and to fight against me, like, oh, I just got it for myself. I don't know. Like I still just don't know how to just ask for help and just it's the disappointment factor that I always tried to avoid before. So it's just become a thing. Like it's not even a big deal for me. I'm just do it myself. And so with all of that though, like I really am appreciative of my gifts, y'all. I legit like when I made like a Facebook group thing, like event on Facebook about it, just so it was easier to update everybody, yada yada yada. Someone asked, what I wanted. So wow. People ask these things. This is great. And so all I could come up with was, gift cards to my favorite place to eat, which is Nally Fresh, always and forever. Please, God, don't let them turn out to be racist. And if they do, I'll just have to. That will be a hard day for me. But I'll do it for the cause. I got no problem canceling establishments, which I want us to get in the habit of. When we cancel them, I'll let them stay canceled. Moving on. So it was that. I said vinyls because I'm still like working on my vinyl record collection since I got my record player. And don't touch me. And I said I wanted a stainless steel ice scooper. I had always had a plastic one. Of course, they broke. I don't even eat. I use ice like in my drinks like often, but just when I do, I have an ice maker in my freezer. Like it's really nice. It's deep enough. It's always full enough. Just get it. And that one time, truthfully, it was around my brother Steven around his funeral services and his family. Like they had a one, and then I was like, oh, where'd y'all get this from? And actually, it was the neighbors and stuff, just whatever. So I'm like, oh, it was a neighbor that I wasn't about to ask her, but I just saw it was like fixated on it. Like, I want this. I've been wanting it for a couple of years now, so I'm excited. And so I got that. I got vinyl records, y'all. I got her. I got Earth, Wind, and Fire. I got Amy Winehouse. Like I always say that if somebody's gonna gift me vinyls, don't even worry about. Like, of course, if you know me and know like what songs I like, always know you can go gospel or R&B. But truthfully, whenever I've gone to like Soundgarden, way before I ever actually got my record player, which I could have just started buying records then. I don't know why I didn't think about that. I was always fascinated with the artists that you would find like, what? They got vinyls? So it was like a Rick Ross. Like, not saying I'm the hugest Rick Ross fan, but would I enjoy and appreciate a Rick Ross like vinyl record? Hell yes, like love that. So I got that. I was gifted some bottles of wine, which is great because I was never gonna go out and get myself any, so that was good. These beautiful earrings, y'all. Oh my gosh, two pair of beautiful earrings. I almost thought about doing up a face today just to like put the most I want. Well, I could say hey regular face and hey earrings on, but I oh my god, love them. Um and oh, this plaque, my favorite scripture is First Corinthians chapter 13, the 4 through 8. The love is patient, love is kind, all that. Like so I got that, like just other stuff, some beautiful cards. Another one just came in the mail today, like just some money. So also last thing, of course, that was on my list was bless my cash app. My cash app was blessed, like that I turned around, of course, and gifted and gave and donated to other people. Like I can't help it. I cannot help that. But just a great birthday, right? Because then spills over into when I went still pressed through. I was up really late that night. My party was minimum cleaning. I had even put in my invitation for people to be like, okay, it was gonna be the movie, the night, like really because I had my, my flight that morning, and I figured that it was gonna be the fact that I was packing at night, and I was. But it was fine because y'all, that's my glam squad, right? And I'm gonna get back into the packing. So Glam Squad always Jade Monique on the hair because y'all see I got some color in here. I really wish I could get into it and really see like the color. Wait till I let it down and y'all can get like the shine in it. It's lightened. I've always had like basically like black locks. For whatever reason, my hair appears to be black, but it was just a very dark brown. But now it's lighter and it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Y'all have to be able to see it up close. Not too close because it's Rona. Even though I did say it went away. And I just want to make this note now. If y'all hear a little sniffle, it's allergies. Because today marked the fact that I am very clear that Satan's true birth name, first and last name, is allergy season. Okay. That's how he spells it. Because I know that daylight savings time, okay, we spring forward coming this upcoming Sunday. Okay. But I was not, whoo, okay, allergy season. Oh my Lord. Thank God that I had some like backup, like allergy pills. Y'all know I don't really like taking medicine. That's probably why I had to take that nap earlier. My brother, when he called me, just like, you took a nap earlier this morning. And I was like, yeah, I know, right? So what made me feel like I needed a nap now? That has to be it. Medicine always puts me down. Always. But thank God I had that though, because I took that a little earlier, like once I actually got home. So I haven't been staying home. Because side note, again, always side notes. I'm just really catching y'all up. We're gonna get into like good stuff going on next week, y'all. I promise, because I'm just catching y'all up at this point. But y'all, let I tell y'all a testimony, okay, real quick, promise. God really spared my life and my daughter's life because just the other night so not yesterday, so the day before, I think it was yesterday morning. So not last night, but the night before that, right? I'm not gonna sing an onion and the people came knock on my door. I got up to let them in. Came in here with a bulletin. Okay, I had to get that out. But I was going to I was just coming back from vacation, and just on a high and just like, oh, I had cleaned. It felt so y'all. Whenever you go away, I know we know this, but let me just pin this again. Always make sure you clean your house and bust your house down. I made sure I busted down really because I was having like the party. Didn't really plan for anybody to come to the house, but if they did, like it just made me feel better. So we not clean up again like after they left. And it wasn't like cleaning on top of anyway. And so just it felt so good to come home, right? But also like, to go to the market, do some things, whatever. And so my daughter, she stayed down by my brother and sister-in-laws, which was fine. Her little cousins were her age, she loved it. And so I was going to, of course, I get my daughter and we would come back home. So it was a couple different times I was going to come back home. And so I was able to, take my time at the market. That felt good. I'm on this high of just being by myself for the weekend. And that was all I did. Flew by myself, just stayed by myself. My Airbnb was so cute. If you want to stay at an Airbnb, go through Sonder. Okay, Sonder is a really good company, very communicative. That was like superb. And so, child, they like I said, they kept Sydney for me, and I went to the market and just was able to take my time, all that, dropped some stuff up to my mom. Okay, cool. And baby, once I even got back down to their house, it was a little late, but I was still going to leave, come back. By the time I got back down, she was asleep. Like, should she sleep for the night? Okay, maybe I should just go home and enjoy, my last night just without her. Now I get to enjoy a night home without Sydney. Like, parents, y'all know what I mean. Like, just to non-parents, it probably won't make sense. It'll probably sound like, oh no, you really don't know that until, because it took me a while to be like, I would never want some time without her. And so, honey, again, I was going to leave again from their house. And that by the time it's been like 10, 11. No, truthfully, I know. We know better. Should be out late, yada, yada. But I've left even from my parents' house around this time, even with my daughter a few times. Like, it's just happened, but okay. Still being very well aware I live in the city. Got it. Thank God I did not. Come to find out, okay? I'm not sure the exact number. I've heard a number of between 20 shots to 70 shots were fired, and someone was killed directly in front of my house, not up the street, not on my block, not down the block, in front of my house. And we found that out because that next morning, my sister-in-law, myself, and my brother were just sitting on the couch. He was just scrolling through social media, and it's crazy because he's old, so he's not really like one of those to scroll through anyway. So scrolling through, and all he hears like, "Oh my God!" Like, throws his phone. So we're like, I mean, just for what it's so sad to say, I just did not think that, was about to come out of his mouth, which, unfortunately, I want to say we should be used to, but think over, I refuse to normalize it. Again, about choice. Okay. I know a lot of stuff may happen, but I still refuse to normalize it. That is a big choice. I think that we need to spread the wealth on, right? And push that agenda about choosing not to normalize certain things, and then the things we should pick up and normalize, which are more positive things, right? And so he said that, and so I could tell, like, teary-eyed. I'm looking like, what's going on? Also showed someone he knows, grew up with, that was killed, and so he happens to get on the phone with others that he's very close with and that know him and all that. They're just talking, and then next time he's getting up immediately. Where are your keys? He putting on his clothes. He was like, it happened directly in front of your house. I need to go check your house out to see. He said when he pulled up, they were still cleaning up the blood. My neighbor, who I was just outside speaking with, that lived directly across the street from me, he was outside washing his car. His car was hit up. All of that. Like, and again, I kept thinking to come home. I would like God. So the inner me, so while I have shared with y'all before that I have struggled with saying, like, God told me, this, and I think that comes from like just a lot of us have unfortunately have experienced like church hurt or whatever, or, the Bible even talks about like false prophets. So, there's something like that, but I never want to be perceived that way, because I guess that even though my faith is very heavy, it's a very big pot in me that resides, for my faith, right? My faith is like out of this world, if you ask me. And I still, there's always room to improve, because in my mind, it's like, what if I ever say, like, God told me and I'm wrong? But then it's like, well, where's your faith? Like, what, if you're saying what you think God, what you believe that God told you, and if you are always keeping yourself in line, aligned with him, you are saying what he said. And while it may not be a popular opinion, which I'm used to not having, so that should be no issue. There should be no issue. Like, and so, but because of course we always quick to say something within me, but really, like, literally the inside of me kept being something like pulling, like stopping me. I've never that I didn't want to say my brothers or anything. Like, it was just so many times, more than 3 times for sure, that I was going to go home. So a few times it was going to be with my daughter, and a few times it was going to be without her. I was just like, let me just go home. And I just ended up not. And thank God, like, either I would have heard it, which I have heard like pretty bad shooting, like at some point, like outside of my house before, that scared the bejesus out of me, truthfully. I remember I hit the floor, and it took me all the way back to like living on West Baltimore Street, child. My father would tell us to hit the floor, and we got to sit there and listen, just crazy. And all I could think was like, at that point, that particular time, I was grateful that my daughter was not home then, because that would have just done something for my mental to have to crawl to her, to keep sure that she was fine, like that. Oof. And so this time around too, like, oh my God, I don't know what I don't know. I don't know. So I'm just very grateful. I'm sure at the very least, if my house was not hit, or if I was not, anything happened to me, then my car, just something, right? While of course, at the end of it all, of course, very remorseful and very saddened. I'm trying to think of whatever word that had come to mind about this. But very saddened for the family that has lost someone. Like so unfortunate, just ridiculous. Yeah. And so just crazy. So that testimony piece like sticks to me because I'm very grateful. Like you can't tell like God spared my life. Like, so what if I unfortunately we normalize it and somebody like, oh yeah, of course, okay. But no, like really. And so it makes you think, deeper of like, well, because I've always thought, here it is that we live in Baltimore and all of us that are still living and breathing because it doesn't take now we've gotten away from or now that we know and have gotten far away from believing that it's only because you're in a certain lifestyle. We know that's not the case. We used to think there was only men. We definitely know that's not the case. A lot of young women, unfortunately. So it can be right place, wrong time, wrong place, right time, just a mix of it all. And so, if you think about it, if nothing else helps you to be grateful today, think about the fact that God has spared your life at least one more time for a reason. Do something with that reason. So if you answer yourself that, you are not currently a good representation of your future, make that change today. I know I sound like an infomercial, but like because like I said, next week we're definitely gonna spill into all of this, all these notes that I've had. I've had these written up. Like I said, these were actually gonna be my pre-birthday, pre-birthday show last week. But y'all, I was getting my hair done. I ain't lying. I was in the message to my producer, like I kept looking at the time. We hadn't gotten my color right yet. I was like, ooh, yes. Again, shout out to J Monique on the hair. My face for my birthday party was beat by Shay. Okay. Love, love, love her. And always Nico Bad on the nails, y'all. Y'all should have caught them before, but these are good too. But baby, she put in work. Always does, right? And last and certainly not least, I have to shout out because I actually yeah, there we go. I had to make sure I got the letters, all the letters correct. So for my birthday party, right, the Coming to America to premiere or movie night, watch party, what's the word before? I'd asked everyone, like, strongly encourage everyone to dress in like African garb because for most of the people that I invited, like it was kind of like a normal, natural thing for them to do. Like anyway, I knew they had something. Everybody didn't they went to, what is it? How they call it at church? Cultural Sunday or something like that, right? But I got my pieces, which are authentic African garments from Marjorie Nicole, NSAA Creations. Y'all look into her. Okay. Facebook, IG, NSAA Creations. I'm telling you right now, first and foremost, she has a beautiful story. She is a beautiful like, soul and spirit, and just person all around, right? And she was already like getting her pieces, fabric from Africa, like going back and forth. And then most recently, the last time she went, that story is incredible, incredible, and just beautiful pieces. Like I know for sure, probably out of every paycheck, I'm going to go get something until I have it. So a lot of the pictures that I posted on my personal page, probably share one with y'all on here on the BMX page. I try to just kind of keep that separate, really just all show stuff, not to say that the show is all about me because it's for the us. But yeah, because I had thought about and then one ended up forgetting to. I was going to shout my own stuff out on my birthday on the page, but I just ended up forgetting about it. Because first I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna do that. That seems a little vain, but why not, right? Anywho, but yeah, like my glam squad was ridiculous, just with like hooking the sister up. And so yeah, sorry, I was getting back to my notes. I almost started scrolling through social media like I'm not sitting here doing the show. I want to, before we get out of here in a little bit, actually just bring attention to what I posted for the promo for the show, which is, like I said, going to carry over to next week's show, which reads, people don't realize how much of a privilege it is to be a part of someone's life and journey until you, I guess it means you're on the outside trying to get in again. shitting on authentic people is never it. I'm telling you right now, I just realized at the end of that, I don't know what I thought that ending said, but I posted it, so here it is. I'm not taking it down. But that applies to me. So that applies to the person that may feel left out, that may feel like, I do so much for people. And while I'm aware that sometimes it's just about like checking ourselves to realize like, oh, you do so much, but are you doing what they are asking for, what they appreciate, what they can accept, yada yada. So all of that aside, for me, it still boils down to like, well, yeah, like I actually am. Like I assert myself into places where, it fits for me to be that person, to be for them in that manner, in that capacity, in that way. Um, Either that they ask for. I know my struggles that I would see things for people that they could not see for themselves that they needed. And so that would be the struggle. But all in all, I've gotten better and have done a lot better with that. So it's really about the fact that I don't understand, right? So like there are certain people, a few people, like just around my birthday, and I was just like, wow. First and foremost, let me say, anyone's birthday party is not the time to have them to meet your new significant other. I'm gonna just put that out there. Okay. And I've struggled with like saying things as like, oh, people might take it, but I mean, I do mean it for what it is. I just don't mean it to be nasty. Like I just mean it for it to be what it is. Especially because if you think of just the small end of it, no, while birthdays, I guess technically are not necessarily like all for gifts in this and the third, but I mean they can be and I guess should, but either way, that it's for a celebration of. And so you want to the birthday celebrant wants to be surrounded by people that are there to celebrate them, not by, not with other agendas. While I know that life continues to go on, I pride myself in knowing that I put aside things, if I can, all things, and that's usually a lot for me, right? All things to celebrate somebody in their special time, birthday, graduation, promotion, baby, baby shower, baby birth, baby, just new animal, like anything. I am very selfless. And so I struggle with accepting the fact that people do not choose to be selfless when it comes to me. And while I know that that takes people to do the work on the inside in order for them to even recognize and realize that, that's where you decide to say like, okay, I'm not going to address this with this person because, right? So there's a lot of, for all of my folks that are like me, right? That feel left out and overlooked and things like that, that are genuine people. Um, for this and many, many more things that we experience, I am loving on you tonight and sending you vibes of the closure that you will never receive from certain people. Closure is not just from, it's not even from from like dead friendships or relationships. Like it sometimes it's really, from current ones, just certain things, certain little like fires that just may not be put out, right? Or that you had to put out yourself. And it's like, sure, would somebody be like, you know what? You settled this and I didn't really have a part in this, but I want to thank you. You're not gonna always get that appreciation. And to appreciation, to speak to the fact that there are small things like that are not necessarily small, but I pride myself on the fact that if I know you in person, shouting you out or wishing you a happy birthday on social media will never suffice, ever. Not if I know you in person. Not if I believe us to have some type of genuine connection or relationship, right? Friendship, family ship, like companionship, like none of that is okay. And you should never think that it's okay as your explanation. I don't care how busy, how tired, it's someone's birthday, then I'd rather you say nothing, truthfully. I always make sure that if anything, especially if I know you, you gotta say it twice for it to be real. I'm gonna do both. I'm coming directly through your phone, a phone call, and or text message. And then if I see something on social media, then I'm hopping on there too. Like just we have to stop overlooking and thinking that these things don't matter. And then because we think that they should not matter, although they do, we'll be upset. Back to this whole thing of upset with when things are, addressed. We're so used to things being swept under the rug and being unaddressed. What I've said before, which is it is time. We're living in the days of lifting up the rug and not sweeping under, but sweeping from beneath the rug. Sweep from beneath the rug. Lift that rug up and get all that dirt from under that rug. Get it on out, onto the floor. Sweep it up. sift it out, see if there's something under there that you meant to, keep that you didn't know was under there. Like whatever the case may be, of course, that's figuratively speaking, but y'all got some dirty rugs. I want you to go and lift the thing up too. Now, physically in that house. I know I told you one thing about me, I'm finna sweep the rug. Okay, I'm gonna sweep the rug. But vacuum it, let me sweep it. But probably on my bag. This is one part of my bag. That makes sense. I've been trying to figure out why it's the one part of my back that's been hurting. Because I make sure I swept them rugs up good, baby. I will sweep that rug. Now I gotta maybe try to, maybe just see. I don't never sweep this way. I'm right-handed. So I figured out. I always sweep this way. It's a method to everything. But like just we have to address these things. Like it's not okay. I legit, and I'll be honest, and I like I said, I only bring up things like once I feel like it's been settled. Like I one of my best friends, and while I know like she said like I have let one on and said okay, but it's not okay. That's not okay. It's not okay. For it wasn't okay because when it was addressed, then the explanation was I told you on social media like that's not okay, right? There was a guy I was talking to, right? And I know that I recently had a conversation with you. He was originally going to my birthday party and all. That I still didn't, I didn't know where what. So I don't. Frustration definitely fuels from uncertainty, for sure. And I refuse to be frustrated. And so I had like a good, clear conversation. I think maybe a week, 2 weeks ago now, with him, and just said, I know referred to him was like not necessarily referred to him as an F boy, but I was like, you don't need to be. And the only thing that was left unsaid really was to say that I wasn't calling him one, but to say that F boys start from somewhere. That was the only last. If I was ever to say anything else in regards to that conversation, it would be that. I was like, you're not necessarily that, but don't give off those vibes. And I think that guys or girls, people don't realize, that we are dabbing into another area that does not necessarily pertain to our lives. So if I'm not, a gold digger. I'm not I don't know anything else. I guess that you will want to refer to a woman as he's a hoe. Like it just anything. Like I'm not any of that. So I'm not even going to dabble in to those areas for you to get the wrong impression, right? And so that means even like character wise. So I'm not, I'm not a bitchy person. So I'm not even trying to dabble into that. Don't take me there, or don't do things to aggravate for me to choose to go that route. But also, I'm just not going to dabble into that, right? And so, I mentioned that to that person, and somebody was basically like used to be at some point it was like calling like every day. And I realized like we talk only when he calls and this and the third, yada yada. Fast forward to now it's just a happy birthday like under a picture. Not when you make sure you come through my no thank you. And you wonder why I had my thoughts like toward you. Like no thank you. Better than that. I deserve better than that. More than that, right? So like just between that and like I said, like it's just with one of my best friends, and then with my two sisters that just had to bring their boyfriends. Like it was the question of like it was someone that was already at my party, and my sister asked that person to ask me if they could bring the new boy. Like why do that when I really don't fuck with them because of I don't know y'all stuff, but respect the fact that I have your best interest at heart, but can respect your decision to carry on with this relationship. Either way, don't force this person on me. Don't call this person my brother. No, my only brother that was not blood to me, that is more of a brother to me than anyone ever on this earth, is unfortunately 6 feet under. Like, I don't play about somebody, like you referring to somebody, me as their sister. I don't play about that either. While these things may be small and, maybe minute to others, they're big to me. So it's a respect factor there. So if I'm too much to handle and to deal with, leave me be. And I'm okay with that. Hence to all of the being okay with being on my own and by myself. Like, I don't know. Like, it's going to happen when it happens, but I ain't rushing it. Because it can't be with anybody that can't respect just how I am. Like, because I'm okay with how I am. And not just that, because I think a lot of people stay there, but I've worked on who I am and how I am so much that I can draw that conclusion that, you know what? I'm okay with how I am and who I am, right? Because I've worked on that, not just because I am this way, so deal with it. It's because, no, I've worked on who this person is, and I like this person. I enjoy this person. I am fulfilled by being this person. And there's, more that I'm working on, but this is now who I am, not just, oh, just how I am, take me. No, right? So that again is why, I was on the yes and no as far as the am I currently a good representation of my future? And then, like I said, what we're going to follow up when talk about follow up, big word, big word. We'll follow up next week and getting into perception versus reality, right? But we keep it in mind, like I said, the post that I posted for the promo of the show tonight, which is people don't realize how much of a privilege it is to be a part of someone's life and journey until they're on the outside of it and can't get in again or trying to get in again, right? Authentic people. I am an authentic person. I know that without a shadow of a doubt. I'm very clear about that. I've said this on numerous amount of occasions, but not just I've said it because I know it and believe it to be true. And so I don't know any other way to be but authentic, right? And I know that unfortunately, when you are authentic, for the inauthentic people, so the people that are not genuine and not authentic like you, it is somehow because we live in this world and less and evil days, it say that the things that should not be will be, things that should not make sense. So this is what I chuck it up as. That's what I said my faith carries like into everything, right? Because by me being authentic and being judged by people that are not authentic, it is easy for them to believe that I am not authentic. You have to follow that, right? So because I am real, I know we run this word real down to the ground, but because I am real, right? Not this, sorry, I didn't mean to do air quotes. Because I am real, right? People that are not real with themselves and just in general, it's easy for them to make themselves believe in others that think that are like-minded of them, that I am not. So this is where friendships have gone. This is why certain people that I don't even talk to, that have not talked to in time, have reached out to me. One of them, one of those like this four that I talked about, those friends, old friends or whatever. One of the old best friends rather that like she texted me happy birthday. I finally like got around to like, oh, thanks. I just give her dry thanks. You're welcome. I left alone that the fact that the your was misspelled. Um, and just left it there. But I did, of course, you have thoughts and think like, that's funny that you just so inauthentic that just in your mind that this is okay. This is not okay. Just I'd rather you not reach out to me at all. Not on a birthday, nothing. You damn sure didn't wish my daughter that you're the self-proclaimed godmother. You didn't wish her a Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving, nothing. So don't even reach out to me on my birthday. Let's not play this game. Sleep me big, and I'm okay with that. Sleep well. Don't keep watching my stories and stuff. Like just it's little things. I'm not this person to be hung up on social media, but we do live in a social media driven world. It's just like me leaving the airport. I saw the other one that the other like best friend, right? That old one. And like she works there, right? And I just walk by like, wow, like just nothing. So even though wow, I can think like I can respect the fact that you say nothing, but that's beyond you. But again, that's back to me thinking, how could this part like I would expect more from at least that one. And no. So I had to catch my thoughts. That's where you learn to catch your own thoughts and not allow yourself to, go down some other path. I think like that is crazy because I would have thought at least she would be the one, let me just reach out. Nope, nothing. Be well. Keep your cookie ass over there. While I keep doing me and keep prospering and being great and staying within my peaceful zone. With all that being said, I think y'all are all caught up on birthday, kinda. Probably have some more. I'll figure that out for next week's show. But if y'all don't do nothing else tonight, I just want you to love on yourself a little bit today. Okay, before you go night night, love on yourself. Tell yourself you look great, even if you don't. And that'll help to get your mind into a place of, you know what, we're gonna do this better tomorrow. I think the weather's supposed to be still good tomorrow, so prepare yourself to get out and enjoy it. Do something that you didn't do today. Do that tomorrow, and come back next Thursday and tell me about it. Yeah, give me 1 second, okay? Literally almost done, okay? Until next week. Getting out of here. Give me a second. Until next week, I love you. Okay. Don't let nobody tell you different. Peace.